You talk about character being important, and then you take a guy who's had this history.
Character is important. I think it's a case-by-case basis, and you sit and meet individuals, and then you begin to understand what they are as people. If you sit there and understand his situations and his life story, you can see a guy that strives to actually loves the game of football, but he likes structure and he likes routine. And as long as you can see that there's a degree of humility with this person. So, you know, you have to do your risk tolerance and say, okay, where are we here? And I thought this was the appropriate level to kind of make a move like this.
Just one mistake, though. I mean, you got a sexual assault investigation. You got a guy investigated for using a credit card fraudulently. He was hanging around with a guy who was got a lengthy rap sheet, including, you know, with minors, investigations into minors. This isn't one thing. This is a pretty lengthy pattern.
I feel very comfortable where we are as an organization. We have done extensive, I mean extensive background work here. I mean, we've actually had people, you know, go down to Gainesville. We've actually had people go to certain areas just to find out all about the specifics of the situation. And we feel very good about, you know, where we are and where he is and where those things you were talking about, what levels they're at. And I feel very comfortable where we are to make a move like this.
I mean, we're in a era, Me Too, you know, where guys are losing their jobs over sexual assault. Allegations, not even proven things. There's a big movement about it, yet you're bringing in a guy who was accused of it, and I don't know why I say
again, you just said the word, it's an allegation.
Same thing with guys with losing their
Again,
jobs.
I know that, but we have done our deep research and we feel comfortable where we are with this situation.
The field test at the combine, you think you go there and make sure that you're gonna come out clean. I mean, that just is another thing that's compounded into this thing. What's your...
But I mean, everybody says this. I mean, I have, there's some things I'm not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about that from a policy standpoint. But there, again, I think with the programs we have in place here for the Cleveland Browns, I do believe that this guy can develop and be a Cleveland Browns the way we want to see it.
You've had some history taking guys that have had some issues, right? Tyreek Hill, Marcus Peters. Does their success in the league give you confidence that it can work out or affect this decision in any way?
No, I think it's a case-by-case basis. I think each one of them are. It's kind of like when you meet anybody, you have to understand the depth of the situation, and then you also have to understand the person.
This fourth-round pick, I mean, how long is your leash if you start to get a sense that maybe he's slipping or maybe it was a mistake to overlook some of those character issues?
Well, I think once you get him here, committed, in place, let's let him get and develop a trust mechanism for the organization. Let him begin ingrained in what it means to be a Cleveland Browns. What is the Cleveland Browns way? Once you get him involved in that type of culture, good things can happen.
Not even playing last year, is that something to consider?
You know, we talked to him about this situation at the combine, and it killed him. And I think the time away, time to reflect, probably helped him understand how important the game of football is. And that's why, you know, you have to understand what's meaningful in his life as well moving forward.
You didn't think you'd be there at 114? You had to move up and get him?
I didn't, because I had a few birdies call me and say, okay, this may happen, so be prepared. So I thought it was probably the appropriate. I mean, you gave up. We had 3 6s, and so, you know, I have no problem giving up a 6th-round pick to get a player of that magnitude.
How good is his talent? Is he a first round? I mean, we heard on TV they call him a first round talent.
I would say, I mean, to me, he'd been the first or the second receiver in the draft.